Hello and good afternoon. It's 2:45. I'm a little bit more happier now, and I thought that now would be an ideal time to do a vlog because we've just had Rob Burgess round from Calder. He's here for the week fishing as well, but doing a bit of tutoring, and he's been going around to swims and helping anglers and stuff like that. And you know, last night I just messaged him and I said, right, we need a hand, mate. We need a hand, no matter, you know, what pride gets in the way and how good of anglers we think we are, we're not. So he came round, true to his word, came round, had a couple of brews and that, and we just spoke about rigs and spots and baiting up and all stuff like that. And he's just, well, my rigs were just totally the Ronnie Chod that, you know, you've seen I've caught fish on it if you've watched the vlogs before. He was just like, get rid of them, mate. So that's not the way to fish them. They could be so much more effective. And he showed me a better way to tie them and how to use them. So I'll be, you know, that's what I'm doing at the minute. He's also told me just to do 2 rods tonight on 2 spots, and ultimately, you know, it does make sense. He said 2 rods on pucker spots with good rigs is better than 3 rods or 10 rods on, you know, using rigs that don't work or what have you. But yeah, we're out there now. The lake has woken up. And the guys over in Peg 1 seem to be hammering it now. They're having quite a lot of fish. Every time we look over, they're having them. So the lake has woke up. But yeah, but going back to Rob, he was, what a lovely, lovely guy. What a real nice guy he was. Come round, he couldn't do enough for us, you know what I mean? He was showing us how to tie the rigs and what to use and how he does stuff. Just, you know, real eye-opening. And then a lot of the stuff, like me and Lee was sitting there watching him do it, and he was talking us through it and that, you know. The difference between an angler like him and an angler like me is that he just pays so much attention and detail, and he won't settle for it's all right. He has to get it, yeah, that is perfect. You know, even down to his knot tying and where he pulls up tight and how he fishes his leads. Everything was, you know, just had to be right. And when we put the Ronnie out, he was testing it in the water and he was like, no, that's not right, you know. And there was like 3 mil difference in the pop-up actually popping up off the bottom and that, but it had to be on a certain bit of the rig that he wanted it. And he, you know, and he showed us a few little tips and tricks of how to get it right. Absolutely real nice bloke, such a nice bloke. So we will see how it goes now. We just got to wait. I've got 2 rods out, and he done the same for Shoulder as well. You know, Shoulder's rigs were crap as well. He hated them. He hated them. He literally nearly chucked his rods in the water. He said these are terrible. He said you might as well have nothing on the end.
You're full of shit, Miller. You love my gear, you know it.
No, his were better than mine. His rigs were better than mine anyway. But ultimately, we still changed, didn't we? We've changed over the rigs and that now. So we know we're fishing pucker, and the thing is as well, is Rob's fished this swim and we're where he would fish. Hello? We're where he...
That's just the line going downfield.
Is it?
Yeah. It's just a silver line thing.
We're where Rob would fish, you know, and he found these spots, and he was just like, especially my left-hand rod, what's happened is as well, the 3 guys that were down the 3 pegs down there, they've gone home. They had to go home, unfortunately. But, you know, fortune favours the brave, and that's meant the whole left-hand side of the lake has woken up for me now. There's no rods in that water. Hopefully the fish will move over there because they don't feel pressured or what have you. And maybe it'll come onto my spot. Don't know. What are you doing with that?
Gee, you fucking boat got a line round, like a fucking boomerang.
My fault now. My fault. So when he put that left-hand rod out, he was just like, oh mate, you know, you can't get better than that. Only thing that does worry me is, you know, the 3 blokes that were in there, surely they must have found some of them chasty spots, and there'd be some bait over there now as well, I reckon. we will see. We'll see how the night goes. He reckons we'll have a fish before dinner. Hour and a half. I'm a lot more confident now though, and we were just saying there, ultimately, if the rods don't go, it's just a bad peg. It's just a, you know, we're just totally in the wrong part of the lake. Yeah, look, he's got one on over there as well. So that's where we're at. So much more confidence now. The way that he was doing the bait as well was different to how we've been doing it. He said, I've been putting bait in. I said, we started with crumb and then we've gone to chops and hull and stuff like that. And he said, no, crumb it all up. Get it all crumbed up. So I crumbed it all up and I thought that was it, you know, as you know, normal. And he was like, mate, that ain't ready yet. I was like, what do you mean? He says, you've got to put water in it and stuff like that. So we had to put water in it, mix it all around to make it almost like a stodge. So he showed me beforehand, he had some of the crumb bait, chucked it in the water, he said, look at that. And I went, yeah, it's crumb. And he was like, it's nothing, it's just, half of that's going to disappear before it gets to the bottom. Said, watch this, put the water in, mixed it around, chucked some in, cloud. I was like, fuck, that's just the difference, do you know what I mean? Little things like that I just never would have thought of. You know, that hopefully will get me a bite. Hope so anyway. Be nice. So I've got my wraps, got my spots, 2 rods out. Shelby's got 3 rods out. We're on the rigs, got the rigs. I did try and do a video earlier of him tying the rigs. I don't know how well that's going to come out. Battery died halfway through on the other camera. So you might notice a quality difference in this. I think this is a bit better quality maybe, I don't know. Anyway. We will see. Anyway, I'll catch you in a bit. Right, evening update. I'm pissed off, got a fag on, I've got a bag on. I ain't caught anything, lost one earlier, just cast it out, it's just a roving rod. Cast it out earlier to a spot I seen showing fish. It screamed off, picked it up, and I got cut off. Just cut straight. I looked at the line, it was a bit, what's it called, rubbed against, and it was just sliced. So whether or not there's any like little muscle beds or something out there, but it cut me off. Really just done my head in. Went for a shower earlier, thought that'd just chill me out, but yeah, I ain't gonna come back here. I told you earlier that 3 people have moved out down to the left, which gave me all that water, which is where, funny enough, all the fish are showing. Just been told that there's people moving in there now, so I hope it pays off tonight. I've just put the rod back out there, down that side, just yet again at showing fish. It's got to go, it's got to go. And tonight, if it goes, I'll just keep putting it out tonight until the new people get here. I think they're probably getting here tomorrow morning. Oh, I'm so fuming. Really annoyed. Everything's just gone wrong. Yeah, so earlier my fuse went in my bait battery, just burnt out. The marker float that I was putting out of it sucked up into the thing again. Tangled up and it burnt the fuse out. The fuse went, which is a bit of a shame. Luckily, Rob Burgess was here and he went, that's probably the fuse. I checked the fuse, it was. And then Lee, the bailiff, came round and he had a fuse for me, which is gleaming. Thank you so much, Lee. And Rob for identifying the problem, I suppose. Oh, I'm just not in a good place right now. Not in a good place. Some of you are probably laughing now at how in clip I am. Yet again, this is just fueling the fire for me not to carry on fishing, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. I wish I'd got more to say to you and happy stories and fun and jokes, but nah, it ain't the way today. You know what I mean? It's Wednesday tomorrow. Well, we'll see how tonight goes. See you in a bit. Well, finally off the mark. Fish in a sling. It's saying 35.11 now, so it's probably about £33. But at least we're finally off the bloody mark. Thank God. There it is, lovely mirror. Ready, matey? Ready, Lee, mate?
Yep. How's that looking? Right, go further away, take it further away.
A bit further back, you say?
Yeah.
It's alright, baby. It's alright, baby.
Right, put your head down a little bit, Bill. Okay?
Yeah.
Right,
Good picks, mate.
Chuck a bit further there, mate.
No?
No, you need to go a bit further back, Bill, not happy then.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm happy then.
You happy, mate?
Yeah.
Sweet. Let's get her back. Finally.
Yeah, those I'm happy with, mate.
Right. Cheers, Lee, mate.
No problem, mate. That's what I'm here for.
Good morning. 10 to 10, cowboy time, morning update. So I had a fish last night. Had a fish last night, 32. Very welcome fish. But it's not going to come to France one, it's definitely not going to come on this lake. Shovel still didn't have anything last night. Just get the coffee on. Thought I'd show you this actually. So those of you that know, I'm a little bit of a coffee snob, and I've got, if you look over there, I've got my little drip filter thing there that you can attach to the cup. But what I've got here, bought this a while ago, This is a little Stanley coffee press. Fill it up, straight in there. And it's good enough for 2 cups as well, so make 2. Real good bit of kit. And you can do the lid up as well, so you can just have fresh coffee on the go. Look at that. That is exactly what you want in the morning. So, what's happening then? So them 3 guys that moved out yesterday freed up a load of water for me. And Rob Burgess came around yesterday, a few tips and that, and we found a nice little spot over on the left. So I was fishing that last night. That weren't the one that produced. The one that produced was a middle rod. Now Rob only said put out 2 rods last night, but I couldn't just not have a rod doing nothing. So I done what one of you suggested, just put a roving rod out. So I was watching I was watching a load of showing fish over at distance. So I thought, right, okay, I'll just put something on there, a little bit of bait around it, little Ronnie on, and it was a funny take actually. I was sat in my bivvy going, I'm not confident, I'm not confident, I'm not confident. Oh, I've got to check the rig. So as I've literally got out my bivvy, gone to grab the rod, bang, it went. It was crazy. I was like on the rod, ready for it, and I was like, oh wow. So I got one on and got it in. Nice, happy with that. But that was like a roving rod. The problem with that being is that now if them people move, there's 3 people moving into them swims that the bloke's cleared out of. Now if they move in, I've lost all that water, especially the bloody what's it called, for that spot where I had that fish off of. Lost that and all. So I suppose that's angling, in it, you know what I mean, if you're fishing in someone else's water. I always like to take my time with the old coffee press. See a lot of people just go whack and whack it down. Oh, it's going to be lovely. Call me the barista. But yeah, so I bought bait out with me. I haven't bought any, because it just seems I'm wasting it at the minute, putting it on spots that ain't producing. Rob's told me to just crumb my baits. I think I mentioned yesterday. So that's all I'm doing. But when you fill up the boat with boilies, obviously there's that empty space in between the boilies. So you've got a full hopper with X amount of bait in it. When you've got a crushed boilies, it fits in every gap, so you know it doesn't look as if you've got as much in there, but you have. But I'm rapidly going through it for no reason at all, and the fish ain't come onto me, so I'm just going to put little piles of bait out until see if a fish will come onto me, onto my spots, because they clearly ain't coming onto them at the minute. Right, that's the morning update done. Another depressing bloody update. I wish I had better news, like we'd started bagging up, or they'd moved on to our spots, or PBs or something like that, but you know, fingers crossed it'll come. Hello everyone. So it's 2:05 now. I thought to myself, God, I ain't done an update last 2 days, I don't think. There's nothing going on, there's literally nothing going on. I can't update you on anything. Nothing in our swim. Just not getting anything. We're trying everything. You know, and the main man, Shoulder, He's still blanking. The thing is, the bailiffs come round so many times. And what spots you on? Like all the different bailiffs, they come round. They're really good. They do help you. What spots you on? And he tells them, they're like, that's the spots. I can't tell you anything else. With me, I mean, I've just been given another spot on my left-hand rod, further out. And if I'm going to be honest with you, I'm probably more confident with that spot than anything else, because they are showing at range and they're showing over to the left, but they're just not here. Last night I thought to myself, right, I'm going to have a little guesty in one of the swims over to the left-hand side. Unfortunately, it just got dark. Oh, these fucking wasps! Piss off! And I thought, right, I'll get round there, have a little look. I got round there literally as I got round there, as one of the other lads on the lake just put his net in there and he was moving his kit round into it. I just thought, bloody hell. Same ideas, but you know, it's just the way it is. People get there before you. Shoulder does not want to move. He's pretty adamant that the fish will eventually turn up. So we're stuck here. We're here till the end. No point in me even looking at other swims unless I want to guess it for the day, and then what's it called? You'll see these wasps are pretty annoying. They're everywhere. But there we go. I thought I'd just mention two people. First one, Pete Roberts. He's over the other side of the lake. He's in swim 2. He's had 2 fish now, 45 and a 34. The reason I thought I'd mention him is because before we came out here, he messaged me and he was like, Bill, he says, oh, you know, we're going to the CreteLakes at the same time. Oh, please don't tell me it's on my ear. It is. Fuck off, right. This is doing my tits in. You got that fucking tennis rat?
The quarter floor squatter?
Yeah. Oh, it's on my back. It's on my back, innit?
That's alright, that's off, yeah.
Fuck off. Right.
Bit like it won't sting you, Bill.
Gotcha. You twat. I hope I got him anyway. Hate wasps. Anyway, so he messaged me, he said, oh, I've got something for you. I was like, oh, yeah, what's that? And Pete makes these like almost like light bars, powered by like a little 12-volt battery and that. And what he done was he made me up one for me swim. And you can see that there. It's in the swim now. But I've got a little plastic bag that keeps I power it off a bait boat battery. Just a wire down there. Put the battery in there when it was raining the other day. Yeah, all it is, just a stick like that. He's even done it with a remote. It's absolutely brilliant. So I just remote on, and it's so bright. I mean, it lights up the whole swim. The whole swim is just lit up when you turn it on to 100% power. All different modes and settings. You can have it flashing. You can do everything. Oh, it's really, really good. So thanks, Pete. Really, really big help. And he also helped me today to crush up some of the boilies. He gave me one of he lent me his Ridge Monkey crusher or chopper or whatever it is, and just turned all my boilies into crumb, which is what I'm putting out there on the spots. Purely from advice from pretty much every single person on the complex. Use crumb, use crumb, use crumb. Don't use whole boilies or halves or chops or anything like that, just use crumb. So my wrists, I looked like Popeye the other night with the little crusher, twisting it, grinding it. Oh my god, yeah, it was killing me. But yeah, Pete lent me that. The second person I want to say a big thanks to is Mark from MH Leads. Now, he makes these leads, he's been doing it a while now. I've used them before, and he's always give you top service, really, really good service. You know, he'll hand deliver it if he needs to, your order, if he's going past that way. Otherwise, he'll give you the best postage rate that he can give you. And you've got to remember, you know, this is if you're buying in bulk, this lead is heavy. You know what I mean? Pounds and pounds of lead. But he's taken his time and he just really develops his coatings, and he just likes to get it spot on. And every single update I see from him, he's always trying to find a new coating or how to do something new or how to match something. He's also, we purchased a load of leads off of him for the Army Air Corps carp team. Yeah, again, top-notch quality, really, really good leads, and he just give us a really, really good selection. So yeah, so I've got to mention Mark there because he's supplied me with a few leads for out here to match the bottom. So I've got his leads on. Not that, you know, I'd love to say, yeah, and it's caught me more carp, I definitely believe it, because I've had one fish. So I can't say it's caught me more carp, but it has caught me a carp, without a doubt. But that's where we're going. I don't know if you can see in this bucket in here. That's like the remnants of what I'm doing is I'm crumbing up all my boilies and then putting that out in the boat. But before I'm putting it out, adding a little bit of water to kind of like activate it. And if I had any glug, I'd put some glug in there as well, but I just haven't got any. Didn't bring any out with me, and I'm not buying any. No way. So that's where we're at. A minute, I've just got my bait boat. I've opened just a tip Shoulder told me about. If you've got your boat in the sun or you're leaving it out, open up the top panels where your batteries are, because you know it gets pretty hot inside your boat. So just let a bit of airflow in there. I should probably take my batteries out of the sun as well. Do that in a minute. There we go. Nothing else to tell you. Anything to say, Shoulder?
No.
You having a good time, Shoulder?
Brilliant. A lot of work.
On out of 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst fishing session you've ever had, what would you give this?
Oh, it's got to be about 6, isn't it?
Oh, 6. That's very,
Bit of work, Bill.
very high. Yeah, that's true, mate. The sun is out.
I've got the corner fly swatter, the nurse lake one out.
Have you? Yeah, everyone hasn't seen this. It's a new. We're first to use this, I believe.
Prototype.
Yeah, we were given this called a fly swatter. It's available in all good tackle shops pretty soon. What's the retail price on it?
About £3.
About £3. There we go. And if you can't get it in tackle shops, go down Poundland. All right, it's probably in there. You'll get it for 99p. All right. So been pretty helpful though, mate, isn't it?
It's been very helpful. Very helpful.
Probably the best purchase of the actual time we've been here. The flies are everywhere. The wasps are everywhere. My bivvy's actually looking pretty tidy, I think. Although that does look a bit messy down there. But yeah, pretty tidy compared to what it normally does. Oh God, don't do that. Scared the life out of me. Right, okay, well I'm going to sign off now. I've babbled on enough. I'm going to just have another beer, I think. Why not? Okay, hopefully I'll give you an update, but I just really can't guarantee it. See you later. Good evening. So, 7:15 at night. The rods are back out, shoulders are in. He's gone for a shower. Today is the first day that we've actually seen fish anywhere near our spots. I mean anywhere near. We haven't seen any showing, we haven't seen any moving, we haven't seen nothing. It's only this afternoon that we've actually seen them over our spots. Literally, like on the way back from, well, I came back from dinner. I've got you can get like a takeaway meal. You can bring it. They plate it up on a plastic plate. You bring it back. So I brought back our dinners because Lee said, "Oh, I ain't moving." I said, "All right, mate." So I went and got him a dinner, and on the way back he said, "You want to see these fish here now?" I was like, "Yeah, all right, mate. We ain't seen." Fucking hell, mate. What's up, mate? So anyway, it's the first time we've seen the actual fish, and thought, right, let's get them out, let's have it. So we're feeling pretty confident, or are we? I don't know. A lot more confident than I was before, but that hasn't paid off, has it? Really. Only good thing I can say about the moment is the fact that every year we have our bet on who has the biggest fish. At the moment I've got a 20 quid from his wallet going straight into my back burner. Anyway, I'm going to sign off, and I really do hope that we do have a couple of good fish. See you in a bit. Well, that's it. Last morning, it's 7:15. Lee had one this morning, funny enough, at 6:08. A little one, we didn't film it, didn't take pictures of it, it went back. Probably the same size as mine, to be honest with you, 30 odd. But we didn't weigh it, we just got it back because we needed to pack up. Unfortunately, you know, this trip hasn't been the best. It's been very frustrating. I've got to apologise for the lens because it's all steamed up with all the dew that's in the air.
Successful trip, Bill.
Yeah, you're only getting a tenner of that. You still owe me a tenner from the other one. Anyway, yeah, so, God, that's steamed up. It's beat us, the lakes beat us. We didn't have a blank, but it really, really took it out of us. Anyway, before this gets steamed up anymore, look forward to the next vlog. Fish safe, don't have nightmares.
Redemption is sweet.